And we'll quickly go back to lectin. So this is my interpretation of the microvilli lining the gut. Very basic, I know, but when we consume food, the nutrients come in, they bind to the microvilli lining of the gut, which are like little fingers that absorb nutrients. So we have all of this surface area to absorb nutrients. But what happens when we consume lectins is the lectins in the form of weak germ agglutinin, which is found in these breads, pastas, rice, they bind to these cells lining the microvilli or the lining the gut. And they take up the surface area. They almost do this, so reducing the surface area. So we're actually absorbing way less nutrients than we're consuming before. But when these lectins come into the gut, they bind to the epithelial cells or the enterocytes lining the gut, and they cause the release of a molecule called zonulin. And when zonulin's released, it causes a gap in the tight junction between these epithelial cells, which allows undigested protein molecules to travel into the bloodstream where they shouldn't be, and the body sees them as a foreign invader and creates antibodies to fight them. The issue with this is through a process called molecular mimicry. The body then starts attacking other proteins in the body that look the same. This is autoimmune disease. So these lectins will cause intestinal permeability in everyone. If we are consuming bread, pasta, rice, we have what's called leaky gut. We have holes lining our intestines in the gut. And this causes all sorts of issues, neurological issues, aches and pains in joints, fatigue, inflammation. So by consuming that plate that we just showed that contained pasta, which is a grain, that plate is absolutely counterintuitive to repairing and building, because the lectins and phytic acid on that dish is blocking the absorption of those amino acids and those fats that are found within the protein. That plate is absolutely counterintuitive to athletic performance because it's blocking our body's ability to repair, rebuild, and recover.
Plants will block your digestion, block your body's ability to absorb food. Protease inhibitors in wheat and soy and many other plants that will block your protease enzymes from your pancreas, so you can't break down protein anyway. So even though you have perfectly bioavailable meat, if you're eating that in a sandwich, say, you're going to get these protease inhibitors, and that's going to disrupt your body's ability to break down meat even. So, when you eat meat with other things, it actually changes the way your body can digest and absorb and deal with them. And some people, when they say, well, I have a problem eating meat, I get upset stomach, I get bloating, I point that out to them. And then when they actually try eating just meat on its own, they find that, actually they don't get any bloating. They don't get any problems. And that's because they're actually absorbing what they're eating. It's not getting to their the bacteria in their gut and causing problems and gas. You can have a lot of iron in spinach, but we're not getting it. There's a lot of niacin in corn, but we're not getting it.
Steak or beef, animal proteins are the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. It's not the animal proteins that are causing the issue.
And think about that too. If something is bioavailable to us, it's 100% bioavailable to us, we're near that. That is obviously what we're biologically more predisposed, designed to eat.